Hello, my name is Jason Abbott. I'm with Audio Visual Design and Install out of Leo, Indiana. And today I'm going to show you how to reseat the cards on a Knox Chameleon 256 16x64 matrix switcher. First thing when dealing with this piece is make sure that the power cord is pulled. Now that the power cord is pulled, pull in on the two tabs on the front of the matrix switcher. This will open up the door. If the front panel is locked, typically we leave that key taped to the inside of the rack on one of the side panels, or it might be taped to the top of the matrix switcher. Now that my front panel is open, I can see the media cards vertically seated in the matrix switcher. From right to left, the first 6 are video, representing 2 for blue, 2 for green, and 2 for red. If you have 7 and 8 cards, those are typically for audio. At this time, you should be able to see at the bottom of each card and at the top of each card this channeled metal, keeping the card stable and unable to move side to side. Also on each card are these long finger screws. Here and here. At the back of the card, you will see long white sockets with dozens of connections in them. These are the actual parts that we are trying to reconnect. Okay, now comes the seating of the cards. There's 2 ways to do this. First, I'm going to show you how to do it. What typically will solve your problems if you have video loss or some kind of distorted video is these cards just need to move a little bit. So, along the edge of every single one of these cards, at the top and at the bottom and even in the middle, I'm going to firmly tap. Now, if I come back to these finger screws and I get any turns out of them, like I just did with this one, I got about 1/2 to 3/4 turns. That means that I made that card travel towards the motherboard back there, the main board, back at the end of the matrix switcher. If you get a lot of travel out of that, then typically that's going to solve your problem. You can go ahead, plug the matrix switcher back in, turn all the TVs on, and see if you have video. If not, then go ahead, turn the matrix switcher off again through the power cord, and try the second part. Okay, part 2 of reseating the cards of a Knox 256 Chameleon matrix switcher. At this point, you've tried part 1. That means that you've just firmly tapped on the cards up and down, see if they traveled, twisted the finger screws, and turned it back on, and nothing's changed per se. And now we're moving on to part 2 because you still have no video. So, part 2, what you're actually going to do, and I'll go to this card right here, is unscrew this finger screw, both of them. There's only one at the bottom and one in the middle, about a ½ inch or a little bit more, and leave them in there. If it comes out, that's fine. Just go ahead. If it comes out, let's do that. This one comes out. This one has a grounding block at the front, like this one, and at the back. So this is why I leave this in, is because that back grounding block, it can bind up and not go into the receiver very easily, as it is right now. If that happens, as you can see, I'm having problems putting this one back in, even without moving the card. That happens even a lot if you move the card. But you just gotta, what you have to do is, there we go, I got it to bite. So it's screwed in other than about a ½ inch. So go ahead at the top and the bottom, just firmly grasp the card and move it out. And that ½ inch is enough, because as you'll see, as if you look back here, the white socket on the main board and the white socket on the video board have detached from each other. There's 4 of them, one at the bottom, very top and bottom, usually on a blue PC board, and then the 2 in the middle on a green PC board. Anyways, so now that you brought this out about a ½ inch, and with these set screws or finger screws already in there, just go ahead and push it right back in. All we're trying to do is release connection and then reconnect it to make sure that we well, first of all, that we have good connection, but maybe there's some corrosion or just one connection wasn't good because of vibrations in shipping or transporting or moving or whatever. So again, get it nice and firm. Take it slow at first. Once you feel that you got it to where it's all lined up, you can now go ahead and give it the tap, like in part 1, or put some pressure on it if that makes you feel better. These things are fairly durable. You will, if this thing was on, you will want to be very careful that you do not touch the micro switch and microprocessor on each one of their boards. They are typically very hot if this was on for a long duration of time. So anyways, go ahead and put these finger screws in and do that exact same thing on every single board. Pull it out at that ½ inch and push it back in. This one is a little bit different. It's got 3. I would save that one for last, or maybe not even try that one. Maybe get the other 5. This one can be a pain. Get the other 5 and find out if that one of those 5 were the problem, and then maybe come back to this first one all the way to the right. It actually has 3 set screws and an additional PC board on it. So that one can be kind of problematic to get out. But anyways, actually, excuse me, it's got 4 set screws. So anyways, if that doesn't work, then try this last board. Each time turning the matrix switcher back on, checking, and then when you come back to reseat the cards or diagnose further, turn the matrix switcher off again. We do not want to be messing around in here with the matrix switcher on. So if that doesn't work, then it's time for an RMA, typically. So give us a call at 888-990-2834. That's AVDI, the 2834. If you have any other questions or you need some service. Thank you.